Hello, everybody. A very, very warm welcome. If you can hear me, please type on the chat once. Hello, dear light seekers. I'm welcoming you today to this beautiful medium Mind Scan YouTube channel to talk about a very, very simple yet evasive topic of inner child. Now, inner child, as we all know, is an intrinsic part of us. It is the purest part of one's existence and being. It is the untouched creation of pure divine love and magic. Welcome. Hi. Hi, Kaveri ma'am. Hi, Satya ma'am. Glad to have you here. So, I was just beginning with this session about inner child healing, knowing about the inner child, knowing about how it impacts us as adults, how it impacts our life, and how it impacts the progression that we have in our lives. And like I was mentioning, the inner child is the purest part of one's existence and being. It is the untouched creation of pure divine love, light, and magic. Here, I would like to pause and ask, have any of you thought about what an inner child is? What my inner child is? How does my childlike behavior or non childlike behavior impacts my day to day life? I would like you to give a simple minute or 2 minute thought about it. Think about, when did you last see something while walking, while talking, or something which excited you? When was the last time you actually got excited about something? Take 30 seconds and think about it. The moment you realize the extent of excitement, that's when you realize how open or how positive or how excited your own inner child is. The inner child has many names. You can call it your authentic self, your natural self, your creative self, or the inner place of knowing. The inner child is part of us, which is embodiment of the divine essence that is entirely joyful, blissful, unconditionally loving, all embracing, creative, spiritual, spontaneous, playful, happier, and just which sees the world in a very, very happier vision. A healed inner child can be one of the most empowering and enlightening allies. A wounded inner child can display multiple personality effects. These could be a constant mistrust. This could be fears which are unexplained or explained. This could be a constant need to please people. This could be low self worth. We have Satya ma'am here sharing that just a few days ago, when I was on a call, that laughter and that happiness on the call reminded her of an open inner child. And that is the beauty of the inner child, of a healed, of an open, of a joyful inner child. Very, very warm welcome, Nagalakshmi ma'am. Now, when we are actually talking about the inner child wound, which is a wounded inner child, we need to understand where that trauma, that trigger has actually come in from. It could be because of bullying. It could be because of constantly being judged. It could be because of constant criticism. It could be because you did not feel free enough in your childhood to express yourselves, right? In the formative years, which we call, that are up to the age of 7 or 8, how open did you feel as a child, or how beautifully were you enabled and empowered in your childhood that you were able to express yourself freely? Your wants, your likes, your dislikes, all of them. Here, I would like to pause a bit and ask the attendees as to, do you remember any of such experiences where there was some negatives, some traumatic, some experience where you felt powerless or helpless, and you could not take the steps, or you could not do the things that you really wanted to do? People who are currently on the live, I would love it if you could write it on the chat. And people who are watching this not live, it would be a great exercise to do in the moment. Because following this explanation of the entire inner child and the healing, we will go through a quick meditation to cater to these points. So it would be a great time right now to share it in the chat as to if there are any negative experiences, any negative, events that you have witnessed in the childhood, in the age up to puberty, where you felt helpless. And while we are contemplating, I would just go ahead and share how this might have impacted you in your current personality. When we actually go through these traumatic experiences, these negative experiences, when we witness, situations where we are not able to express ourselves properly, these create certain belief systems in the conflicting thoughts, behaviors right from the formative years. These are the self depreciating behaviors or belief systems that we may carry even in the adulthood or in our age after we hit puberty. These in turn creates blockages, or they become baggages that we carry throughout our lives. Now, for example, we have Satya ma'am here who's saying that yes, one hand, the pressures of not being good enough at maths was always being felt by her. And that resulted in her feeling that she wasn't good enough for anything. We have Naglakshmi ma'am here sharing that yes, she used to love jamun tree and fruits, and she waited for it every day. But then that tree was actually cut, and she felt extremely powerless to handle that situation. These are, in turn, very intrinsic examples that people go through as child, right? Imagine a child of the age 5, 6, 7 years going through or witnessing something like this. For us, it might be a routine thing. It's a regular thing, cutting off trees or not being good at maths. That doesn't impact us as much as it would impact us at an age of 5 or 6. Why? Because at that point in time, the value, the weight that we actually give to such experiences, which impact us so deeply, is very high, which during the course of our life, we start numbing ourselves to, right? So when we go through such experiences like the ones that are shared by our members attending live here, or the ones that you would have identified in your journal currently, when we go through these experiences, what these do is that they bring up belief systems. They bring up the thoughts that we are not good enough, or we are not worthy enough, or we might not be powerful enough to create a change or bring about a change. So these are certain things that then stick with you through those childhood memories, and then they start cementing in your memories. Because, as you all know, during the formative years, our brains are rapidly absorbing information, science, all of the knowledge, and hence creating the personality or the belief systems. So these become so intrinsically involved in creating these belief systems and these thought processes that even a childhood situation which would have happened at a 5 year old would impact that person when that person is a 40-year-old or a 50-year-old and still in an unhealed situation or an unaware situation. So that is exactly how the inner child impacts a person or a personality when the person becomes an adult. So having given that, explanation and having written these issues and these traumas that you would have witnessed, the next obvious question that comes through is how can we work with it? Right? How can we move beyond this? What is the next step, right? Of removing these blockages or removing these, thought processes. Now, some of the thought processes or some of the results of a wounded inner child can be body image issues, abandonment issues, physical or verbal or mental abuse issues, scarcity mindset, feeling humiliated or feeling a need of constant external validation, having separation anxiety, having issues in any and every kind of relationships, numbness being felt, frozen reactions to touch, to raised voices, trust issues, so on and so forth. So these are some results of a wounded inner child, right? When we are talking about the inner child and shadow healing, what it entails is that it basically takes a person who has gone through these issues and witnessed these triggers, heals those triggers through meditative, mindful practices. And through that, you are able to bring about a complete belief system change or shift. By that, what I mean is when you are in that state of constantly trying to, um, you know, cater to this issue, when you are constantly trying to come face to face with this issue and you're trying to heal this issue, what you are doing is you are giving that internal validation to your inner child that yes, your experiences, your triggers, your traumas hold value, it holds weight, and we are ready to work on that. When your inner child is getting that validation, is getting that love, is getting that light, automatically it is going to bloom because that's exactly what everyone needs. You, me, your parents, your siblings, your friends, the society. What at the end do we need is the validation, that is intrinsic validation. We are looking for a positive experience so that we feel that yes, the self worth is there, the self respect is there, the confidence is there. That's exactly what we're looking at. And when you are actually catering to all of these triggers with your inner child through meditative processes, through step by step guided and mindful practices, what you are doing is you are giving that confidence back to the inner child. You are giving that innocent love back to the inner child, and you are providing them with powerful tools to ensure that they are able to bloom further. They are able to even the potentials that are still untapped, they are even able to use them or utilize them to the best of the capacities. That is exactly what happens when a wounded inner child is converted into a healed inner child. Now, here for the people who are attending the live and for the benefit of the people who are going to watch this video after it's been released, I would really and humbly request you to please take a pen and paper and write a couple of inner child triggers that you would have felt across throughout your lifetime. This, like I mentioned, can be body image issues. It could be the issues regarding the color of your skin. It could be the issues regarding, my sibling is doing better than I am, or anything and everything related to separation and anxiety or abandonment issues, anything. I would request you to make a list of this so that today, in this time, in the time that we are viewing this video, we are able to channel it, we are able to heal it, and we are able to work with it. So please take 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and try and identify those inner child issues that you've been facing for the past so many years that might be impacting the kind of personality that you are. Till we are doing this, I would really like to share a beautiful experience regarding scarcity mindset and the moment that mindset shifted to abundance mindset. So we have a very, very, very close friend of ours who'd been through scarcity mindset due to the familial issues that they had faced right from childhood. Right from an age of probably 2 years, there were immense, immense familial issues without any supports from the paternal side or from the paternal figure or the father figure, as we do. The moment these kind of issues and these kind of traumas set in during the formative year, it automatically reflects as an adult with a complete and absolute scarcity mindset, which means a feeling of never having enough, or a feeling of I am never going to be abundant, or a feeling of that abundance or luxury is not for me. And once this sets in, automatically your mind starts resonating with similar experiences. And hence, whatever was coming through to this individual was a lack of everything. Whether you talk about lack of education, or lack of profession, or lack of clarity, or lack of relationships, these were the automatic results of the scarcity mindset. The moment the person started working on this, the moment the person started coming face to face with this issue, and healing it through meditations, healing it through mindful journaling, healing it through absolute surrender to the dedication of mindful practices, the person started seeing a huge shift in the quality of life. And by that, I mean that yes, there was an increase in the kind of education and progression that the person was able to feel, the relationships, the quality of relationships that the person had, the quality of life that the person enjoyed at home and as well as professionally. And it led to a cohesive improvement or a comprehensive improvement of the entire quality of life for the person. And that is how beautifully catering to these inner child traumas and triggers can lead to an immense improvement in your adult life as well. So I hope this has given everybody enough time to write about the issues or the triggers that they might have come across. If you feel like, please share it in the chat. And if it is too personal, please feel free to keep it with yourself. Now, like I mentioned during the beginning of the live, that we will definitely go through a guided meditation to cater to all these points that you have currently written. Before that, however, I would like to just summarize the beautiful benefits that are there to a healed inner child. A healed inner child is able to align the consciousness to beautiful energy of love and light. There is a feeling of personal freedom, evolution, and ascension that can be felt within the self when it is a healed side. There are huge number of belief system shifts or thought shifts that the person can feel, where a person might be mistrusting of the other, or when a person might not be able to feel happiness or pride when the other person is succeeding, and there might be a feeling of jealousy or resentment that automatically shifts to a much more positive outlook in life. There is no feeling of anger left in the person. There is no feeling of jealousy left in the person. They don't operate from the lower energy anymore. And that happens because the self worth, the self esteem, the self confidence improves and increases leaps and bounds. Imagine a small child. Imagine enabling and empowering the small child. Imagining giving that small child every tool, every, everything that it needs to carry out whatever activity he or she wants to. And then you go ahead and through this empowerment, that small child is going to create beautiful and, an abundant results, right? So this happens because you are actually giving that strength, that internal strength to the child by enabling him or her. You're actually giving them that sense of constant support and what we call as the cushioned environment so that the inner child or the child feels strong enough to carry out these activities. And that's exactly what happens when you are giving that trust. You are giving that level of cushion to the child. They don't feel the fear anymore. In fact, they feel empowered to go ahead and carry out the activities. So that is the beauty of a healed inner child. They embrace the creativity, they embrace the spontaneity, they embrace the powerful, joyful feeling, and they ascend. They ascend in their creations, they ascend in their lives, and they keep ascending to to create more and more light guided and inner guided creations. You are able to experience a path towards mastery, towards freedom, towards awareness and transformation as you keep healing your inner child. You realize that there are infinite possibilities of love and joy, of creation, of healings that can actually root your energy or ground your energy to a much, much more positive life. There are some examples being shared in the live chat here about the inner child triggers or the inner child issues that the person is feeling in the personalities. Need to please, need for perfection in the work. Very, very, very true. Need for validations, need to prove others wrong, the comparisons that are triggers, the feeling of not good enough in the looks and appearances. These are also few of the triggers. And I'm sure that you must have also seen or written your own list of inner triggers or personality types that you have developed because of the wounded inner child. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through a quick meditation, a guided meditation that we are going to do with the ascended masters here at Mindscan, and we are going to carry out this guided meditation in order to ensure that we are opening up our heart chakras to heal the inner child. So I would request you all to please look at the list that you have created. These could be triggers, these could be personality defects, these could be other behavioral defects that you could identify with or resonate with. Have a look at the list and keeping them all in awareness, we are going to go through a quick meditation. When we are doing the meditation, like, if you are, if we are going to quickly go through the meditation with the help of Mother Kuan. Mother Kuan is the ascended master, the goddess. She's a womb goddess. She has attained Bodhisattva. She is a Lady Buddha. And her lights and her energies can be felt beautifully during the healings. With Mother Kuan, we have the light code energies which define multiple aspects in a person's life. The card that has come today from Mother Cornell is that of divine oneness, as you can see. The light code energy that you're seeing here is the code that you can meditate on. This is a code which you can actually meditate on at any point in time, and the theme of the code is divine oneness. So, as you are absorbing the energy of the code, I would request you to trace your vision around the code and start absorbing the lights coming from the light code here into your heart chakra. And now I would request you to please close your eyes, sit up straight, ensuring that our legs aren't crossed, your hands are open, palms open, facing upwards. Let's get ready for a quick meditation to summarize, to cement this beautiful understanding that has come through about inner child. Closing our eyes, let us slowly start breathing into our heart centers. Breathing in and out into the heart center. Allow the light energy to beautifully engulf your entire heart center with the energy of the masters, of the divine, of the Lord, of the God, or any higher power that you believe in, please. Know that as you are absorbing the lights from the light code that we have shown, you are guided by the divine, by the light energy, by the light consciousness. To feel the higher frequency and the higher vibrations, please. Once you're absorbed the light energy, you may start feeling energetic center or the heart center, feeling warm, feeling a sense of tingling, or just a sense of absolute happiness and joy in the heart center, please. Please remember, when we are absorbing this light energy, we are directly connecting with the source of divine lights. Whether you believe in ascended masters, whether you believe in the one God, whether you believe in the supreme God, or whether you believe in the higher self or a higher power, know that the light code energy is connecting you directly to that source of supreme divinity. Keep absorbing this energy in your heart center as we are also mindful about keeping the triggers, the traumas, and the personality defects we have identified or behavioral defects we have identified into our awareness. And while we are absorbing the light and the love energy, let's just push out these lower energies, the negative feelings, the negative imprints out of our system with the help of our breath. Breathe in the light code energy. Breathe out the negativity. Again, let's breathe in the light code energy and breathe out the negativity. Once more, let's breathe in the light energy, the love energy, the divine energy, the spiritual energy, and breathe out the negativity. Now let's remember a time as a child when we felt the most alive, the most empowered, the strongest. Remember a time when you felt that the life or the world is your oyster. Remember the time when you felt so full of gratitude and happiness that it radiated out of your body as part of your essence, as part of your aura. As you're remembering this time, try and remember the absolute feeling of the empowered child. How did it feel? Did you feel elated? Did you feel grateful? Did you feel blissful? Did you feel like you were the king or the queen of the world? Try and ground yourself in that feeling of the empowered child. Embrace it fully. Allow the light energy that you're feeling now to beautifully ground at your heart center. With the help of the breath, we are breathing in the beautiful energy and grounding it at our heart centers, please. And breathing out any energy that we don't resonate with anymore. Breathing in again, grounding it, and breathing out the negative energies and imprints. Once we've done this, allow it to then radiate throughout your entire body. What we are doing now is we are breathing in the energy through the heart center and radiating it throughout our body so that this beautiful energy of the heart, of the love, of the lights, of the empowered child is getting grounded in our entire body. Breathing in and radiating it out. Again, breathing in and radiating it out. Great. Once you feel that the beautiful energy has reached the entire, every cell, every part of your body, you can rub your hands, cup your eyes, put the hands on your heart, thank your soul, thank your inner child, and open your eyes, drinking some water. And through this small process of a 5 to 7 minute meditation, we have beautifully awakened, centered, and empowered our inner child. I'm hoping to receiving some feedbacks from you in the chat section as to how the healing and the meditation was for you. And also, in addition to this, if you want to know more about the inner child healing and the workshop that we carry out here in Mindscan, please feel free to DM us or drop a message or connect with any of the mentors within Mindscan We will also be sharing a community link here in the description section so that in case you are looking forward to joining the Mindscan community, you can just click on that link and you'll be added to our WhatsApp page. So we look forward to having you in our community. And in addition to this, if you are in Delhi NCR and you're looking for an in-person experience of the meditation and of in-depth healing of the inner child, we have a beautiful Mindscan Delhi Festival of Lights coming up from 17th to 19th of February this year, where Dr. Pramila Srimangalam, the founder of Mindscan, is going to be there along with the team of mentors and delivering various workshops. There are going to be readings with the masters, with Lord Boy. There are going to be meditations with the masters, with Mother Conan. There is going to be a full-fledged inner child healing workshop and a divine radiance workshop, which are life transforming workshops that we offer here within Mindscan. And if you are interested, please feel free to connect with us. We are also going to share a lot many information here in the description section in case you want to have better understanding. Please feel free to join us in our community section and we will be more than happy to cater to you, to serve you in the divine alignment. So I'm hoping that this session has helped you understand what the inner child is, understand the impact of the inner child, and I'm truly hoping that through the meditation that we just carried out, you felt that joy of your inner self, of your inner child as well. Please feel free to share more of your feedbacks through the chats. Thank you so much, everybody who's joined in, and truly, truly hoping that this has been an extremely constructive, use of your time. Thank you so much, and we'll meet you again soon here for another live very soon. Thank you.